Thousands of years ago, during the last ice age, a series of massive floods tore through this land. Not just any floods, the Missoula floods, some of the largest in Earth's history. They carved deep canyons, moved boulders the size of houses, and reshaped an entire region in just a matter of days. And the quiet forests, peaceful lakes, and rolling valleys we see today. They're built on the memory of that ancient chaos. This is Washington State, a place where ice once roared and nature still whispers. From the moss-draped rainforests of the Olympic Peninsula, to the majestic peaks of Mount Rainier, to islands that rise like forgotten dreams out of the sea. This land is wild, poetic, and filled with stories. So, how did this corner of America become one of the most geologically unique places in the world? What secrets lie beneath its emerald forests and misty shores? Stay with me, because what you're about to see is a Washington few people truly know. And you might wonder, why has no one told you this before? Olympic National Park in Washington covers over 373,000 hectares of mountains, forests, and coastline. Its rugged coast has rocky islets shaped by a constantly changing shoreline, while glaciers form here at unusually low elevations. The park's rain and steep mountains create many habitats, from wet temperate rainforests to alpine meadows and snowy peaks. This variety means Olympic has one of the richest collections of plants and animals, including species found nowhere else. About 95% of the park is protected wilderness, so it feels very wild with few roads or buildings inside. One major project here removed 2 large dams on the Elwha River, helping salmon return to the upper river after nearly 100 years. Scientists watch the park's health closely, studying water quality, climate, and wildlife to protect its unique ecosystems. Mountain goats, introduced in the 1920s, have affected some plants, so park managers work to keep nature balanced. Visiting Olympic National Park offers a chance to explore some of America's most stunning and diverse natural landscapes, full of life and history. Now, before we move on to the next destination, here's a fun question for you. When did Idaho become a state? Comment your guess. Snoqualmie Falls is more than a breathtaking waterfall. It's a sacred gateway connecting heaven and earth, revered by the Snoqualmie people for centuries. Standing 268 feet tall, this powerful cascade lies just east of Seattle, along the Snoqualmie River. Every year, over 1.5 million visitors come to witness its beauty and feel its spirit. But beyond the stunning views, the falls hold deep meaning for the Snoqualmie tribe, who have lived in this valley since time immemorial. According to their traditions, this is the very place where the first woman and first man were created by Moon the Transformer. The thick mist rising from the base is said to carry prayers directly up to the Creator above. During times of heavy rain or snowmelt, the river floods and spills fully over the edge, creating a curtain of water and a spray so strong it almost blinds you. Nearby, a peaceful park and observation deck invite visitors to pause and reflect on this sacred land. If you are watching this, please click the subscribe button in the corner of the screen. It's completely free, but means a lot to us. Mount Adams is not just a mountain, it's a giant made of many overlapping coasts, stretching across an 18-mile wide base. This volcano rises high in Washington, second only to Mount Shasta in size among the Cascade volcanoes. Born tens of thousands of years ago, Mount Adams grew slowly through several powerful eruptions, with long, quiet times in between. Imagine glaciers carving the mountain's sides down to 9,000 feet, shaping the land as the volcano slept. The lava flows that built Adams are mostly andesite and basalt, making the mountain a mix of solid rock and broken fragments inside. During the last ice age, thick glaciers capped the peak, and when hot lava met the ice, it shattered, leaving a fragile core inside the cone. Even now, steam vents and gas bubbles tell us that Mount Adams is sleeping, not gone forever. Cape Flattery, the northwesternmost point of the continental United States, holds stories older than any map. For the Maka people, who've lived here for thousands of years, this place is sacred, where land, sea, and spirit meet. Long before lighthouses and boardwalks, they believed powerful spirits guarded these cliffs and watched the sea for danger. Tatoosh Island, just offshore, was once home to ancient rituals, its name meaning thunderbird's nest in Maka tradition. The ocean crashes endlessly below, as if still answering the voices of the past. Look out over the jagged rocks and mist, and you'll understand why legends were born here. It feels like nowhere else. At Cape Flattery, you don't just stand at the edge of the land, you stand between worlds. Mount Rainier National Park is one of America's oldest national parks, created in 1899 to protect a massive snow-covered volcano in Washington state. The mountain rises over 14,000 feet into the sky and is the tallest peak in the Cascade Range, standing quietly above green valleys and rushing waterfalls. It's not just one mountain. The park covers over 236,000 acres, with deep forests, wildflower meadows, and more than 25 glaciers sliding down its slopes. Many people hike the famous Wonderland Trail, which circles the entire mountain, offering peaceful views and changing scenery with every step. The weather here can shift fast, with clouds that bring heavy rain and snow, adding to the beauty and challenge of the landscape. Mount Rainier is also rich in history, with over 90% of the park protected as wilderness, and several buildings from the 1920s still standing. This park was even named a National Historic Landmark for its early park architecture and careful planning. Palouse Falls is a beautiful waterfall in southeast Washington, in the northwest United States. It drops about 200 feet, making it a stunning sight to see. The falls are part of a big park called Palouse Falls State Park, where nature feels wild and peaceful. The canyon below the falls is very deep, about 377 feet, and shows layers of ancient lava rock. This amazing landscape was shaped long ago by huge floods called the Missoula floods. These floods carved the land and made the river change its path to where it flows today. Rosario Beach lies within the stunning Deception Pass State Park, where rocky shores meet the sparkling saltwater of the Pacific Northwest. This quiet spot is a hidden gem for divers and nature lovers alike, with crystal clear waters that reveal a colorful underwater world. Getting here means a short walk down a peaceful trail, but once you arrive, the beauty of the place instantly makes you forget the effort. Beneath the surface, you'll find bright seaweed waving gently with the current and curious fish darting through the rocks. One of the special highlights is Urchin Rock, where the water feels calm and full of life, perfect for exploring rich marine habitats. Though visibility varies, on good days the light filters through the water, creating a magical underwater dance of colors and shadows. Some lucky visitors spot shy sea creatures like the giant octopus or the mysterious wolf eel, adding to the sense of wonder here. Rosario Beach is more than just a dive site. It's a place where nature's quiet beauty leaves a lasting impression on your heart. Tacoma is known as the City of Destiny because it was chosen as the western end of the Northern Pacific Railroad in the late 1800s. This decision was influenced by Tacoma's nearby deepwater port, Commencement Bay. In 1940, Tacoma became famous worldwide when the Tacoma Narrows Bridge collapsed, earning the nickname Galloping Gertie. The area has been home to people for thousands of years, most recently the Puyallup tribe. Tacoma officially became a city on November 12, 1875, after being chosen as the railroad's western terminal in 1873. In 1885, a tragic event occurred when hundreds of Chinese residents were forced out of the city by white citizens led by the mayor at that time. Starting in the early 1990s, Tacoma's residents and city planners worked hard to bring new life to the downtown area. Today, Tacoma is growing again with a mix of history, culture, and beautiful waterfront views. Is this historic city on your travel list now? Comment 1 if you've been, or 2 if it just made your must-see list. Imagine a lake so deep and clear, it looks like a giant sapphire resting in the mountains. Formed thousands of years ago by retreating glaciers, Lake Chelan stretches over 50 miles long, making it one of the deepest lakes in the United States. Its calm, glassy surface reflects towering pine forests and rugged peaks, creating a mirror-like scene that feels almost magical. The surrounding valley is bathed in sunshine more than 300 days a year, giving life to vineyards that produce some of the finest wines in the region. This lake is not just a place for adventure, but a peaceful retreat where nature's artistry is on full display. At sunset, the sky turns pink and gold, casting a warm glow over the water that lingers in your memory. For centuries, it has been a sanctuary for both wildlife and people seeking quiet beauty. Here, every visit feels like stepping into a timeless landscape, untouched and serene. Flowing over 200 miles through Washington, the Yakima River holds the title of the longest river contained fully within the state's boundaries. This waterway carries the name of the Yakima tribe, whose connection to the land runs deep through generations. Early explorers like Lewis and Clark recorded native names for the river, including Tapteel, a phrase thought to describe the forceful nature of its currents. During the last ice age, colossal floods known as the Missoula Floods dramatically altered the river's route by depositing vast amounts of sediment. These powerful deluges forced the river to veer northward, carving a new channel around Red Mountain before joining the Columbia River near modern-day Richland. The fertile soil left behind by these floods now supports one of the most productive agricultural regions in the Pacific Northwest. Today, the Yakima River invites outdoor enthusiasts to experience its gentle rapids through kayaking, fishing, and rafting adventures. It continues to sustain both wildlife and people, playing a vital role in the ecosystem and local economies. We gather info from many sources. If you spot anything off or have something to add, drop it in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Rialto Beach, a publicly accessible shoreline on Washington's Pacific coast, sits beside Mora Campground in Olympic National Park, near where the Quileute River flows into the ocean. This area blends a sandy beach with coastal woodland, and its extensive water. A notable characteristic of Rialto Beach is its tree graveyard, where numerous tree trunks have been deposited by powerful storms. The Stillaguamish River flows through the beautiful northwest part of Washington state. It has two main branches, the longer North Stillaguamish, about 72 kilometers long, and the South Stillaguamish branch. These two branches meet near the small town of Arlington. From there, the river continues for another 35 kilometers before it flows into Puget Sound. The river is named after the Stillaguamish people, a Native American tribe who have lived along the river for many generations. Both branches start high in the Cascade Mountains, the north branch near Finney Peak, and the south branch near Del Campo and Morning Star Peaks. Arlington is where the two branches join to form the main river. The Stillaguamish River is famous for the salmon that swim upstream each year, making it an important part of the local ecosystem. Stretching across King County, Lake Washington ranks as the state's second largest natural lake and a centerpiece for the Seattle metropolitan area. The lake's deep basin was sculpted by the relentless movement of glaciers during the last ice age, which carved out vast valleys and depressions. Thousands of years ago, this lake was once connected to the Pacific Ocean through low-lying valleys before natural sediment blocked those waterways. Lake Washington borders bustling cities such as Seattle, Bellevue, and Kirkland, blending urban life with natural tranquility. Salmon species journey through its waters during spawning seasons, linking the lake to the greater ecological cycle of the region. Two seaplane bases on opposite ends of the lake underscore its continuing importance in transportation and commerce. Calm and inviting, the lake offers a retreat for boating, fishing, and moments of quiet reflection amid the city's hum. Nestled in the rugged Cascade Range, Kachess Lake's name comes from a native term meaning more fish, a nod to its abundant aquatic life. While it began as a natural lake, the construction of Kachess Dam in 1912 transformed it into a managed reservoir critical for irrigation. This engineering marvel expanded the lake's capacity, storing water essential for sustaining farms and communities in eastern Washington's dry seasons. Situated between Cle Elum Lake and Kachess Lake, Kachess forms a vital link in a chain of mountain water sources. Surrounded by dense forests and mountain peaks, the lake's tranquil waters attract those seeking solitude and nature's beauty. Its waters flow south through the Kachess River, eventually joining the Yakima River and continuing the journey toward the Columbia River. The dam's outlet channel was carefully designed to maximize water delivery while maintaining ecological balance. Spokane is the largest city in eastern Washington, sitting by the Spokane River near the Selkirk Mountains. It's known as the Lilac City because of its beautiful flowers, and also called Hooptown, USA, for its huge basketball tournament. Long ago, the Spokane tribe, meaning children of the sun, lived here and thrived on the land's rich game. European settlers arrived in 1810 with a trading post, and the city grew quickly after the railroad came in 1881. Spokane once depended on mining, timber, and farming, but today it's a lively cultural and economic center. The city rebuilt itself after a big fire in 1889 with beautiful old buildings designed by a famous architect. You can enjoy peaceful spots like Riverfront Park and Manito Park, or visit interesting places like the Northwest Museum of Arts and Culture. Spokane is also home to great universities, with sports teams that bring the community together. Visiting Spokane feels like stepping into a city full of history, nature, and friendly spirit. North Cascades National Park is located in Washington State and covers over 500,000 acres of rugged mountains and forests. The park is split into two parts by the Skykomish River, which flows through beautiful reservoirs nearby. It is home to the largest glacier system in the lower 48 states, with many rivers starting here. Long before explorers arrived, Native American tribes called the Skykomish lived in this region. In the early 1900s, dams were built along the river to create electricity, but the park stayed mostly wild. Because of heavy snow and steep slopes, many roads close in winter, so most visitors come in spring and summer. Climbing is popular here, but only quiet. Clean mountaineering is allowed to protect the environment. Did you know there's a bridge over 85 years old that changed the fate of entire islands and shaped the growth of a whole region? Deception Pass Bridge stands today as a stunning symbol of engineering and nature working together in Washington State. This remarkable bridge connects Whidbey Island to Fidalgo Island, carrying thousands of vehicles every day across the deep, rushing waters below. Before the bridge was built, travelers had to rely on a small ferry, which ran only when called by banging a saw with a mallet, a slow and uncertain journey. Construction began in 1934 during the New Deal era, with young workers from the Civilian Conservation Corps lending their hands to this ambitious project. When it opened in 1935, the bridge not only made travel easier, but also helped the nearby Naval Air Station and communities like Oak Harbor to thrive. The two spans stretch over 1,400 feet, rising about 180 feet above the water, offering breathtaking views of swirling currents and rugged coastline. Despite its age, the bridge has been carefully preserved and repainted, keeping its famous evergreen green color alive. The Skykomish River is about 29 miles long and flows through Washington state near the Cascade Mountains. It begins where two smaller rivers, the North Fork and South Fork Skykomish, meet just west of a town called Index. The river then moves northwest and is joined by other rivers like the Sultan and Wallace Rivers near the town of Sultan. Further downstream, it meets the Snoqualmie River at Monroe, and together they form the Snohomish River. The Snohomish River then flows all the way to Puget Sound, an inlet of the Pacific Ocean. The name Skykomish comes from the local Native American Skykomish people, meaning upriver people. The whole river system, including its forks and tributaries, stretches over 60 miles and drains a large area of land. A highway and railroad follow the river valley, making it an important route through the mountains. Leavenworth looks like a fairy tale village from the Alps, but it's tucked deep in the Cascades of Washington state. This charming mountain town is known for its Bavarian-style buildings, bratwurst, beer gardens, and snowy alpine charm. Long before the Bavarian makeover, this valley was home to the Wenatchee and Yakima peoples. In the late 1800s, settlers arrived, and the railroad turned this quiet place into a busy timber town called Leavenworth. Today, Leavenworth is a popular destination year-round, famous for festivals like Oktoberfest, the Christmas Lighting Festival, and summer concerts under the mountains. Fidalgo Island sits in Skagit County, Washington, about 60 miles north of Seattle. It's separated from the mainland by the Snohomish Channel and from Whidbey Island by a narrow waterway called Deception Pass. The island is named after Salvador Fidalgo, a Spanish explorer who visited the area in 1790. The only city on the island is Anacortes, home to around 17,000 people and known for its daily ferry rides to the San Juan and Guaymas Islands. The island covers about 41 square miles and is dotted with beautiful lakes like Campbell, Erie, and Heart Lake. Long ago, the Sammamish and Snohomish native peoples lived on Fidalgo Island, and today the Sammamish Nation still has offices in Anacortes. In the 1800s, explorers thought the island was part of the mainland, until Charles Wilkes found out it was truly an island. Fidalgo Island grew fast during the Fraser River Gold Rush and later became a hub for fishing, lumber, and coastal trade. Anacortes may look quiet today, but it holds the dreams of pioneers, the roots of native history, and the timeless rhythm of the sea. It was named after Ann Curtis Bowman, the wife of Amos Bowman, who moved here in 1877 and dreamed of turning this place into a major railroad town. For a while, it looked like it might happen. Land sales exploded, and new buildings rose quickly as people hoped the railroad would end here. But when the railroad plans collapsed in 1891, the big dreams faded, and the town had to find a new path. It did, through hard work and the sea, as Anacortes grew into a strong fishing town, with busy canneries and timber mills. The land here is older than it looks, shaped by glaciers over 15,000 years ago and built on rocks that are over 160 million years old. You'll find quiet cliffs, blue waters, and the simple beauty of a town that kept going, even when its biggest dream didn't come true. Anacortes may be small, but it carries the strength of stories, of nature, and of people who stayed and made it home. Lake Sammamish lies just 8 miles east of Seattle, stretching 7 miles long and surrounded by peaceful towns like Issaquah and Redmond. This freshwater lake is fed mostly by Issaquah Creek and flows out through the Sammamish River, named after the native people who lived here long ago. The area around the lake has grown quickly in recent years, with new homes and neighborhoods popping up as part of the greater Seattle region. Visiting here, you can enjoy quiet waters, beautiful forests, and a reminder of the delicate connections between land, water, and life. Think Puget Sound is just a peaceful bay? Think again. Beneath its calm surface lies one of the most complex estuaries in the world, a watery maze full of surprises. Puget Sound stretches nearly 100 miles from Deception Pass in the north to Olympia in the south. It's made up of many connected waterways, islands, and quiet bays that create a beautiful, ever-changing landscape. The water here is very deep, sometimes almost 1,000 feet, giving home to whales, seals, and many kinds of fish. Puget Sound is part of the Salish Sea, a large area of water that connects the ocean to the land in a special way. Big cities like Seattle and Tacoma sit along its shores, but there are also peaceful forests and beaches nearby. The Sound was named in 1792 by explorer George Vancouver after his officer Peter Puget. Long before that, Native American tribes called it Wulj, which means sea or salt water, showing how important this place has been for a very long time. Lake Wenatchee is a glacier-fed lake tucked into the eastern side of the Cascade Mountains in Washington state. Surrounded by forest and mountain air, the lake stretches across 2,480 acres and is the source of the Wenatchee River. Its waters are fed by the White River and Little Wenatchee River, bringing fresh snowmelt straight from the mountains. At the eastern edge, you'll find Lake Wenatchee State Park, a quiet spot perfect for camping, walking, and just taking in the views. While trout fishing isn't big here, the lake is known for sockeye salmon, which bring excitement to local anglers during the right season. With its clear waters, mountain backdrop, and peaceful setting, Lake Wenatchee is a special place to slow down and feel close to nature. Alder Lake is a long reservoir in Eatonville, Washington, stretching about 7 miles along the Snoqualmie River. It was created in 1944 when Tacoma Power built the Alder Dam, turning the river into a lake. When the lake filled up, it covered the old town of Alder, which was named after the alder trees that once grew nearby. Alder Lake is open all year and is a favorite spot for fishing, with kokanee salmon, cutthroat trout, bass, perch, and even catfish. In the summer, the water sometimes turns a cloudy blue because of glacial silt that flows in from the Nisqually Glacier. Stretching about 7 miles, Rattlesnake Ridge offers a mix of quiet forest trails and rocky viewpoints that draw hikers from all around. One of the most popular spots is Rattlesnake Ledge, a rocky overlook sitting over 1,100 feet above the shimmering Rattlesnake Lake below. From there, the views open up wide. You can see lush green forests, sparkling water, and distant mountains stretching into the horizon. The trails here weave through a patchwork of old logging roads and natural paths, making every step a chance to explore something new. Rattlesnake Ridge is protected as a scenic area, cared for by the state and local parks, keeping its wild beauty safe for generations to enjoy. With over 660 miles of stunning shoreline, hidden bays, and rugged canyons, Roosevelt Lake is one of the top spots for boating and water sports in the U.S. The lake was formed in 1941 when the Grand Coulee Dam blocked the Columbia River, creating a stretch of water that runs 130 miles long. It's the largest lake in the Pacific Northwest. Most of its water comes from melting ice and snow in the Canadian Rockies. The area around Roosevelt Lake is rich in wildlife, from bighorn sheep and wild turkeys to elk and deer. The lake stretches 130 miles from Grand Coulee all the way north to Canada, offering endless sandy beaches. Named after President Franklin D. Roosevelt, the lake is now the biggest draw in the Roosevelt Lake National Recreation Area. Nestled in the beautiful Chuckanut Mountains, Fragrance Lake is a quiet treasure in Larrabee State Park. This small lake sits high above sea level, surrounded by tall trees and soft green ferns. To get there, you can hike a 5.3-mile round-trip trail that's just right for beginners and families. The trail gently climbs about 1,175 feet and winds through an old forest full of green beauty. Many visitors bring their dogs, but they need to stay on a leash to keep the park safe and clean. Bellingham is the county seat of Whatcom County in Washington, located just 21 miles south of the U.S.-Canada border. It sits between Vancouver, British Columbia, about 52 miles to the northwest, and Seattle, 90 miles to the south. Bellingham is the largest city in the northern part of the lower 48 states. The city grew from 4 smaller towns, Bellingham, Whatcom, Fairhaven, and Snohomish, that joined together in 1903. Before European settlers arrived in the 1850s, indigenous groups like the Lummi and Nooksack lived here, fishing in Bellingham Bay and gathering in nearby forests. Coal mining was important to Bellingham's economy for about 100 years, starting in the 1850s and ending in 1955. In the late 1800s, railroads connected Bellingham to larger markets, helping it grow into a busy port and industrial center. Today, Bellingham's waterfront is being redeveloped into a lively neighborhood with shops, parks, and restaurants. Visitors can enjoy the city's mix of history, natural beauty, and easy access to outdoor adventures in the nearby mountains and bay. Meydenbauer Bay Park is tucked along the sparkling waters of Lake Washington in Bellevue. The park's floating crescent-shaped pier gently curves over the water, inviting visitors to stroll and soak in stunning views of the lake and surrounding nature. Here, soft sandy beaches meet quiet trails lined with native plants, creating a perfect blend of water and woodland. Kayaks quietly glide across the calm surface, while families enjoy the playground and picnic spots, shaded by tall trees. During summer days, lifeguards keep watch, so everyone can enjoy swimming safely in this beautiful setting. Edmonds is a cozy city resting along the western edge of Snohomish County, right by the sparkling waters of Puget Sound. Founded in 1876 by a logger named George Brackett, Edmonds has grown into a vibrant community with a rich connection to nature and the arts. The city's heart beats with creativity, hosting museums, unique galleries, and lively festivals that bring people together all year round. Edmonds is also a gateway to adventure with a ferry terminal offering a scenic ride across the water to Kingston on the Kitsap Peninsula. Back in the mid-1900s, the city built a breakwater, marina, and public beach that added to its charm and made it a favorite spot for locals and visitors alike. The blend of natural beauty and artistic spirit makes Edmonds a truly special place to experience. It's a city where every sunset over the water feels like a quiet celebration of the Pacific Northwest's charm. Snohomish once thrived as a bustling hub for lumber, its sawmills humming day and night, shaping the future of the region. The streets still carry the charm of a 19th century village, with old storefronts and vintage signs that whisper secrets from over 100 years ago. The community gathered often in cozy halls, sharing music, tales, and celebrations that kept spirits strong during tough times. Even now, the town's history is preserved through museums and well-kept buildings, inviting visitors to step back in time. This town is more than a place. It's a journey into the heart of early American spirit. On the eastern shores of Lake Washington, Kirkland grew from a quiet lakeside settlement into a vibrant community full of charm and color. Once known for its shipyards and lumber mills, it has steadily transformed into a welcoming city of parks, art, and friendly neighborhoods. The waterfront is alive with parks, trails, and bustling markets, inviting visitors to enjoy the fresh air and stunning views. This transformation reflects a thoughtful balance, preserving natural beauty while embracing creativity and new ideas. Each summer, the city comes alive with festivals and music, celebrating both its lakeside setting and community spirit. The Hoh Rainforest, deep inside Washington's Olympic Peninsula, holds what experts call the quietest spot in the United States. It's not marked by a tower or a monument, but by a tiny red stone placed gently on a mossy log in 2005. This small marker, only 1 square inch in size, represents something much bigger, a stand to protect natural silence. It was placed by Gordon Hempton, an acoustic ecologist who spent years searching for a place where no human sounds could interrupt nature. Here, you can sit for 20 minutes and hear nothing but the wind in the trees, the soft rustle of deer, and the distant whisper of the Hoh River. With more than 140 inches of rain a year, this forest grows giant spruce tree, carpets of ferns, and hanging moss that muffles every step. Hampton believed that if we could protect just 1 square inch of silence, we could protect the entire ecosystem around it. Today, people come from around the world, not just to see this green wonderland, but to listen and remember what the earth sounded like before we filled it with noise. High up in the rugged Enchantment Mountains of Washington's Chelan County lies the beautiful Colchuck Lake. Sitting over 5,500 feet above sea level, its clear, cold water reflects the tall mountain peaks, creating a peaceful and magical scene. Getting to the lake means hiking about 4 miles through forests and rocky trails, with stunning views. The name Colchuck means cold waters in Chinook jargon, a perfect fit for this natural mountain lake, fed by melting snow and springs. The lake's water is carefully managed by local irrigation districts to help nearby towns during dry summers. Bellevue is a city just across Lake Washington from Seattle, known for its stunning views and fast growth. The name Bellevue means beautiful view in French, and if you visit Meydenbauer Bay, you'll see why people fell in love with this place. Before it became a city, the Duwamish Native Americans lived here in villages along the bay and the Mercer Slough wetlands. In the early 1900s, Bellevue was mostly farmland, and it became famous for its Strawberry Festival, which once attracted 15,000 visitors. Things changed after 1940 when the Lake Washington Floating Bridge opened, making it easier for people to travel between Seattle and Bellevue. Today, downtown Bellevue is the second largest city center in Washington state, with impressive high-rise buildings. Bellevue is also home to big companies like T-Mobile and Valve, and it's where Jeff Bezos started Amazon. The city keeps growing with new neighborhoods and a light rail that connects Bellevue to Seattle, making it easier than ever to explore. In the heart of the Pacific Northwest, a city is quietly becoming one of America's fastest-growing cultural powerhouses. Seattle isn't just growing, it's transforming. It's now the largest city in Washington state, and one of the fastest growing in the entire country. But Seattle's roots go back thousands of years, long before skyscrapers and software. This land was once home to the Duwamish people, who built at least 17 villages around the calm waters of Elliott Bay. When white settlers arrived in 1851, they landed at Alki Point, but soon moved across the bay to find better shelter. They named the new settlement Seattle in honor of Chief Seattle, a respected leader of the Duwamish and Snoqualmie tribes, known for his wisdom and peaceful diplomacy. From that moment, the city began to change, first as a logging town, then as a key shipping port to Alaska during the Klondike Gold Rush. By the late 1800s, shipbuilders, traders, and dreamers poured into the harbor, turning Seattle into a booming frontier city. "8,000 years ago, a massive landslide from the Olympic Mountains blocked Indian Creek, giving birth to Lake Crescent, a stunning body of water famous for its deep blue color and remarkable clarity. Unlike many lakes, Crescent's water remains exceptionally clear due to its low nitrogen levels, which limit algae growth. With an official maximum depth of nearly 600 feet, it's the second deepest lake in Washington state. The lake's steep, often sheer underwater cliffs add to its mysterious allure, making it a favorite spot for divers and nature lovers alike. Formed during the last ice age, Lake Crescent and its nearby counterpart Lake Sutherland were once connected, but were separated by that ancient landslide. Unique fish populations in the lake have adapted to life entirely within its waters, unable to migrate upstream past the nearby Lyre River Falls. This isolated ecosystem preserves a glimpse into the region's glacial past and offers visitors an unforgettable glimpse of nature's power and beauty. Lake Crescent remains one of the most enchanting and tranquil places within Olympic National Park. Built for the 1962 World's Fair, Space Needle still stands as a marvel of engineering, designed to survive 200 miles per hour winds and massive earthquakes. Standing 605 feet tall, the Space Needle was an ambitious project that combined futuristic design with practical safety features. Its unique tripod base was inspired by the narrow isthmus Seattle is built on, giving it remarkable stability. The tower weighs over 9,500 short tons and was engineered to sway only 1 inch per 10 miles per hour of wind speed. Visitors can reach the observation deck, 520 feet above the ground, in just 41 seconds thanks to its fast elevators. From up there, you get panoramic views of downtown Seattle, the Olympic and Cascade Mountains, and even Mount Rainier on clear days. Over the years, the Space Needle has hosted several restaurants, including the famous rotating Sky City, which offered dining with a view. Despite newer and taller buildings in Seattle, the Space Needle remains a beloved landmark and a symbol of innovation. Built in 1930, Bering Bridge is one of only 2 wooden suspension bridges still carrying vehicles in all of Washington state. Spanning 334 feet in length, it connects the small rural community of Bering to the main U.S. Route 2. The bridge's main span stretches 272 feet, supported by steel cables anchored into massive concrete blocks. Despite being nearly a century old, Bering Bridge remains vital as the only access point for residents on the south side of the Skykomish River. Over the years, it has survived harsh winters, heavy floods, and a snowstorm in 1952 that even caused its deck to collapse. Major repairs have kept the bridge safe for vehicles, including replacing the wooden deck and strengthening the cables. In 2019, it was honored by being added to the National Register of Historic Places, recognizing its unique place in Washington's history. Once, this place thundered with a wall of water more powerful than all the rivers on Earth combined. Dry Falls, a massive cliff stretching 3.5 miles wide and rising 400 feet high, stands quiet now, but its story is anything but still. Nearly 20,000 years ago, Ice Age floods carved this landscape with unimaginable force, sweeping through at speeds over 65 miles an hour. As the ice dams broke, wave after wave of water poured through the Grand Coulee, crashing over these ancient falls and gouging out enormous plunge pools below. What's left behind is something otherworldly, a dry canyon of curved cliffs and sunlit stone, wide open to the sky and echoing with silence. From the overlook, the view is breathtaking. Sweeping rock walls, deep pools, and the shimmering surface of Banks Lake in the distance. It's a place where geology becomes art, where time, water, and ice have sculpted a landscape both wild and strangely peaceful. In eastern Washington, there is a strange, mostly empty land called the Channeled Scablands. This area is full of dry river channels, deep canyons, and rocky cliffs carved out long ago by huge floods. These floods happened during the Ice Age, when a giant ice dam holding back a massive lake called Glacial Lake Missoula suddenly broke. Water rushed out with incredible force, flooding the land many times over thousands of years. Instead of V-shaped or U-shaped valleys, the Scablands have flat plateaus with steep canyon walls, creating a unique landscape. La Conner is a small, charming town in western Washington, sitting peacefully along the Snohomish Channel. It was first settled in 1867 and later named after Louisa Ann Conner, the wife of a local trading post owner. The La in La Conner might sound French, but it simply stands for her initials, L.A. This quiet harbor once served as the county seat and remains rich with history, especially in its central area known as the Hill. The Rainbow Bridge, a bright steel arch, connects La Conner to the Snohomish Indian Reservation across the water. La Conner remains a peaceful place to stroll, take in the views, and feel the charm of old coastal Washington. If you love places full of stories and old-time charm, Port Townsend in Washington is a must-see. The town was once expected to become the biggest port on the West Coast, earning nicknames like the City of Dreams. In the late 19th century, railroads were built to connect Port Townsend, but the connection never fully happened, and the town's growth slowed down. The whole downtown area is now a National Historic Landmark, showing off these well-preserved Victorian homes and shops. Port Townsend is also famous for its strong maritime culture, with boat builders, festivals, and a busy waterfront. Thanks to the Olympic Mountains, Port Townsend gets less rain than nearby towns, making it a sunny and charming place to visit year-round. Mount St. Helens is an active volcano located in Skamania County, Washington, about 52 miles northeast of Portland, Oregon. It is part of the Cascade Volcanic Arc, a chain of volcanoes along the Pacific Ring of Fire. The volcano is known to the local Cowlitz people as Lawatlatla and to the Klickitat tribes as Luwit or Luwalaklo. Mount St. Helens gained worldwide attention for its catastrophic eruption on May 18, 1980. This eruption remains the deadliest and most economically destructive volcanic event in U.S. history, killing 57 people and destroying hundreds of homes, bridges, railways, and highways. The eruption dramatically changed the landscape, wiping out forests and ecosystems, though aquatic life quickly recovered thanks to nutrients from volcanic ash. Since 1980, Mount St. Helens has experienced ongoing volcanic activity until 2008, and scientists predict future eruptions could be even more violent. Visitors today can explore the Mount St. Helens National Volcanic Monument, established in 1982 to protect the area and educate the public about volcanic forces. Washington State is a place of incredible contrasts, where snowy mountain peaks meet misty coastlines in the same day. It holds stories of the past, breathtaking landscapes, and a vibrant culture full of life. You can wander through deep green forests, gaze at crystal clear lakes reflecting the sky, or experience the buzz of lively cities. Every corner of this state has its own tale, from wild mysteries to echoes of a dramatic history. Washington isn't just a destination, it's a journey, a story still unfolding. Just when you think you've seen it all, there's always more waiting to surprise you. Thank you for joining me in discovering the magic of Washington State. See you on the next journey.